Are you wondering how you should report your SAT or ACT scores on Common App when you don't plan on reporting them to all of your colleges? It's a really common question, and today I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do so you don't make any mistakes. Here we go. The first thing that you are going to want to decide is which schools to submit scores to. So I made a scenario here where we have a student who did very well on her SAT. She got a 1470. So I'm just going to walk you through the basics of what I would do in her case. So she is going to be applying to 4 schools, and we're going to look to see which schools she should submit her scores to. The general rule of thumb here is to submit 2 schools if your score is at or above the middle 50% for that school. So the first school she is looking at is University of Connecticut. Notice her score is well above their average, so that one's pretty easy decision. We're going to say she should submit there. Next school she's going to look at is Tufts. Tufts has a much higher average score, and notice she's in the 25th to 75th percentile, but I'm still going to vote for her to not submit at Tufts. Next up is Villanova. She is just above the average here, but well within the range of 25th to 75th. So I'm saying she should submit there. And last school she is going to apply to is NYU. Their average is through the roof at 1530, so I'm going to advise her to not submit at NYU. So her 2 schools she will be submitting at are UConn and Villanova, and the 2 she's not going to be submitting at is Tufts and NYU. So now let's move on to the Common App, and I can show you exactly what she should do so that she doesn't accidentally submit her scores anywhere she doesn't want to. So I have the Common App pulled up here, and I'm going to show you what I would do in this situation. So if you go to your Common App, I have a nice big green arrow. You can see what I'm doing here. If you click on my colleges, you'll see that I have the 4 colleges I had mentioned. And since I am going to be applying as this pretend student without scores to Tufts and NYU, those are the 2 I'm going to do first, okay? So the place you enter your test scores is in my Common Application tab right here under Testing. So it says, do you wish to submit score reports? I'm going to leave that as a no right now because I am not going to be submitting my scores to those 2 schools, okay? So then going back to my colleges, I go to NYU, and tests to answer whether or not you're going to submit test scores to test optional schools is usually in either general or academics. So for NYU, it looks like it's under academics. Here we go. So will you be sending us standardized test scores? I will not. So that ensures that when you send this application, they're not even in there, so you cannot accidentally send NYU your test scores. So you're going to go through, answer all of the questions for NYU, submit your application, okay? You're going to do the same for Tufts. So Tufts is probably in academics as well. Now, I will give you a little bit of a tip. Sometimes you have to fill in the earlier questions to see what I see on my screen. So I did have to choose, a major. But after I chose my major in academics, this did come up. It's test optional. Would you like to include your score? I answered no. Great. So you're going to go through and submit to all of your schools where you aren't going to be showing your test score to them. Then you're going to go back to your Common App, and you're going to be answering the question about your SAT or ACT. And I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to submit my test scores. So I'm going to submit my SAT. I'm going to type in that I got, let's say I got a 720 and a 750, which would be a 1470. Now I go into my colleges. I'm going to submit test scores to Villanova. which is in, let's hope it's in academics for Villanova. There we go. It's in general for Villanova. It says, do you want to submit your scores? And in this one, I'm going to say yes. Okay. And then just make sure you're reading all the directions and then fill out your Villanova complete. And then for UConn, I'm going to, in general for UConn, it says, do you want to submit your test scores? I'm answering yes there as well. So then I feel good because I've submitted my test scores to the colleges that I wanted to, and the colleges that I didn't, that didn't even like have the option to accidentally submit. So you get to choose per school. So if you are doing this kind of in alphabetical order or something, that's fine. But just know that every single one, you're going to want to make your decision like I did in the beginning of the video. And just make sure that you double check everything before you submit, okay? When I say double check, I mean have your parents help you with this too, because you want to just make sure it's a very important process, clicking submit through the entire thing, make sure everything is correct, because once you click submit your application, you aren't going to be able to change anything very easily. I hope you found this video helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more updates on college admissions, college applications, and SAT testing. Thanks.